You guys know what those are?
Is that like a skateboard with one wheel?
Yeah, it's like an electric skateboard, but it's like a cross between a skateboard and a Segway. So you lean forward and it goes forward. You lean back and it goes the other way. So it's kind of dangerous. Goes about 20 miles an hour. I broke my collarbone not too long ago on it. So, but extremely fun. But I will show you. My son and I, we work in this section right here. This is our little back section, and over here we have bays and bays of custom cut and sew. So I think you guys all know that we do custom stuff if you don't find it in our stock. And a good thing here is we work with a lot of the major brands out there, the Obeys and the like we work a lot with Polaris and Razor, and I mean just all the kind of trending brands out there too. So we have a really good handle on future trends. So we stock that in our stock blends. That kind of reflects what we see trending in the market. Well, so and then we'll go over to the showroom. We also used to be one of the largest paddleboard manufacturers in the world. The Independent also owns Riviera Stand Up Paddle Surf. So very large paddle surfing company, but they kind of put that on hold with all the craziness going on out there. But how many people on here now?
I think we're up to 12 now.
12 people. All right, from all across the country.
Yep, all over the place. We've got a couple people from corporate. We've got a bunch of our owners and staff all over the place. And we do record these calls. So once it's finished, I'll get the recording and then I post it to our YouTube channel. So anybody that wasn't able to join can watch it later on demand when they have time.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Yeah, I
we'll
heard
let you.
somebody talking about a high of 46.
Yeah, I'm in Wisconsin at the corporate office. I work from home now while the office is closed, and it was in the low 40s early this morning. It's only up to 46 right now.
Oh, there's my son. I wish it was that here. It's like going to be 90 again today or something absurd.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's actually too hot. We're ready for it to cool down.
Well, Robert, you can go ahead and get started, and anybody
Okay.
else who joins in can join in, and we'll get going.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So I head back over to the showroom. But I was giving everybody you know a little preview of some of our custom that we do, and in here we've got a lot more custom also. Let me get off of this thing before I break my neck. But hello everyone, and so I know I was reading the things that I'm going to be talking about, and one of the main things is for us, our business, we weren't sure what was going to happen when the whole COVID came about, and a lot of people were really very doom and gloom, and the world's ending and all that, and we put a lot of stuff that we had going with our factories and all on hold because we didn't know what was going to happen. And what turned out for us was actually, it seemed as though the popular thing for people staying at home was wearing fleece. So all of a sudden, we found that our business, maybe March it went down, but from there it's only gone up. So we've had actually some of our best months in independent history. So, which is good. Some of the customers that I talk to, depending on what market they're in, have been having a much harder time. So we've kind of looked and focused on markets where we find that are still doing well or even doing better than before. So and some of those markets that we have found are A lot of online retailers are doing really well. Everybody's at home shopping, or used to be, and then also a lot of the influencer type companies are doing really good as far as how their merch is going, and and then a lot of the band merch, the concerts, that kind of thing, really took a big drop for a while, and then and not long after that, actually, they started doing a lot of online sales, which actually now their business is coming back up. So it kind of seems like, and schools definitely took a hit. Some of them are doing okay, but their business is definitely off. And but I will show you some of the things that we found in our lines that are really have been trending really well through all of this. Um, there's some coworkers here. They're giving me a hard time. COVID. No masks over. We don't have masks. Hey, shouldn't be doing that. I'm in the middle of a webinar. But some of the more popular styles that we have seen are in tie dyes and special washes. So we stock some tie dyes, which I'll show you. But also, in addition to those, we can do just about any type of tie dye or dip dye or special wash that you might want. Even things like burnouts and pigment colors. Here's some more different options in that, and here's some burnouts. And one thing that we've found, and we've spoken to a lot of people about it, because when we decide that we're going to stock stuff, we have to go really deep, of course, so we have enough that it makes sense for everyone. So we really do some digging into what we see trending. And one of the first places we look is in our custom cut and sew departments for other large brands. And because they're always planning, we're working on fall 21 for a lot of them. So they plan a long ways out ahead, and they also help set trends. So in many of those lines, we're seeing a lot of the washes being added in there. So from everybody that we're talking to, we see the tie dyes and the pigments lasting for at least another season, if not 2 more seasons. So here's some of our stock colors in our tie dyes, and here's a couple of our newest also. So this is our swirl. That's a brand new color. We have one that's called cotton candy. And then in addition to that, we stock about 9 different tie-dye colorways. And then we're also adding different washes. This is a mineral wash, which we have both in a hoodie and in a pant. We have tie-dye pants coming and shorts as well. Because that's another thing that we see trending are the matching top and bottom, which is, I don't know that I would wear that, but it seems like that is very popular. And then here's our pigments, and these we do in a pullover and a crew. And I don't know if any of you have used them, but those just keep flying off the shelf for us. We're always kind of chasing those because all of a sudden you won't be selling any yellow for a long time, and then yellow all of a sudden takes off. Here's our yellow, but it's hard to know which to stock. And again, we refer back to a lot of the stuff that we make for the brands. So and that again is going to be more in the kind of online retailer and the influencer type markets, and the younger type markets seem to really be hot on those. Although the tie-dye tops definitely still seem to trend through pretty much all markets right now. So, and as everybody hear me and everything, I'm doing all right out there?
Yep, you're doing great.
Okay. All right. And then a couple of new things that we brought in that, again, are doing really well are like this here. This is our SS 1000, and we have it in a zip and a pullover and a crew. And what it is a micro terry. It's a loop back terry. And so it's a lightweight, it's breathable, it's unisex. And again, right now we're doing it in a pullover, in a zip, and in a crew. And the price points on those are really good too. So, and you guys all know that Adventures in Advertising gets very special pricing with independent directly. So make sure that, if anybody needs an update on what the AIA pricing is, I'd be happy to send it to whomever that can share with everyone, because it's definitely, our best price point by far. So I just want to make sure everybody's aware of that.
Robert, you can send me the pricing and I can get it out to everybody.
Okay, I will do that. Yeah, that's because it's actually our lowest price level given to any customers. And before I started at Independent, I had a screen print company and a clothing company that was like a medium-sized place that I had for 10 odd years. And I sold that. And then right from there, I went to work for a distributor, and really got into the promotional products industry. And I did a lot of printing for it when I had my company. So knowing AIA, I got you guys set up on fabulous pricing here at Independent. So, and I've been here now 10 years. So, then a couple other styles that I will show you, just in case you haven't seen these. We find that the champion type style has been doing very well, the heavyweight, and it's what we call a cross grain. I don't know if you can see it on this one so well, but the cross grain has a weave that goes sideways. So sometimes they call it a reverse weave. Normally it's knitted vertically, but this is knitted horizontally. And what that does is, if you're going to have any shrinkage, it slightly goes upwards instead of in. That was the whole idea when it first started. Then it just became sort of a trend. And not so much for function, because of all of our stuff is pre-shrunk. So shrinking is really not an issue. But the big thing with this guy is it's a 20 singles face yarn. And what that is, a lot of our stuff is a 40 singles or a 30 single, which means that it's going to be very soft to the hand. This being a 20 single is what we call more of a drier hand. It's not a real fluffy, soft type fuzzy hand. It's more of a flat hand. And that's very popular as well right now, especially through different brand industries. And with this guy, we have 500 gram, which is it's about 14 and a half ounce side gussets, 100% cotton, made out of ribbing. And then it's also, this is a unisex fit, and we do this in a pullover and a crew. The body is 13 and a half ounces. And on these, the face yarn is 100% cotton. So they're great for direct to garment. And then for any kind of screen printing, discharge printing, they do really, really well. And if anybody ever has questions regarding screen printing on our products, or heat press or embroidery, any of that kind of decorating questions, you can always reach out to me, because I know, I've done it forever. So I know how to print on these things, and again, what works and what doesn't work. So that maybe I can save a little bit of time for some people. But and then also, here's another style. You probably, if you guys are real familiar with Independent, this we actually introduced about a year and a half ago. It's our wave wash, the California wave wash. And this has done so well. It's a lady style. It has this open bottom, kind of looks like a raw edge, but it's not. It is finished off. And it's just a looser kind of, more casual look. We just keep adding colors to this, camouflages, and then we added 2 more styles. We added the zip, and we also added the crew neck. And all of these have done so well, we now added a pant. And again, these are ladies. So definitely a ladies fit.
Robert, those are my favorite hoodies. I have it in 2 different colors.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Favorite.
Actually, it's funny because it's what it is. It's stonewashed, and we were working on development when we first were starting on this style, and they're like, yeah, maybe we'll call it the stonewash, this and that. And then my son and I are like, no, that should be the wave wash. That would be more exciting. So my son and I named it. So that we'll take kudos for that. But yeah, everybody loves that sweatshirt. It is a great sweatshirt, and a good thing is if you the feedback as far as sell throughs as on the retail side for brands has been huge for this style. So that's always a very good, because people can logo it up and they can love it, but you don't really know the reception until it's out there in the market. And the good thing with those guys, they have done very, very well. So another style you guys are probably familiar with, this is our special blend, and this is a new colorway in special blend. I was really kind of wondering why would we add this to our thing, but the owners here now are the owner is around my age, and now his sons are really running a lot of the business. And a good thing they're like late 20s, early 30s, and really are, when they add different styles, I might question it and go, I don't see it, and then they're pretty much right on all the time. So this odd print here has the buffalo plaid, has been very well received. And the thing with our special blend is it looks and feels exactly like a tri blend. It's super soft. We do it with the raglan sleeve and the side gussets. It's a unisex fit. This goes all the way down to toddler size, all the way through youth to adult. And the big thing with ours is it does not have rayon in it. So it's actually a 52-48 cotton poly blend. And the way that it's woven just makes it super soft and gives it a really soft hand. So if someone's looking for really soft, that's definitely one that I'd recommend. And it also comes in a blanket. And the blanket is it's like a 60 by 80. I mean, it's giant. It's a jumbo blanket. And we keep adding colors to that as well. So that's a good one to keep an eye on. And it's, again, the blanket is as soft as the sweatshirts, obviously, and just everybody loves the blanket. Another style that has been doing good for us, actually really surprising, we started out a while ago with this windbreaker, getting into the woven industry. We've mainly been in knits. The independent is a manufacturer. We have 3 very large factories in China. And then, and we also do some work with a factory out of Pakistan. We've mainly been in knits and been around about 30 years. So when you guys work with us, you're working mill direct, like working with a Gildan or a company like that. Well, about when I started, about 10 years ago, we started getting into wovens, which are going to be your nylon jackets and that kind of thing, and outerwear. And it just took off. We started out with this guy here, and not only did this do really well in the for all different kind of markets, for ad specialty, for brands, but just across the board, it went crazy. So we took that and we added a coach's jacket, and then we added an anorak. The big thing with these, it's a 300 denier nylon, which is a very heavy weight. It has a waterproof coating in it that's breathable, and it's not lined. So it's very easy to print on. So you can print, you can do transfers. Being an ex-printer myself, I used to hate doing jackets because you have to use jacket clamps, and it's just a nightmare. These, you don't have to do that. These are easy to print on. But business kind of took off from there, and we went into these lightweight poly windbreakers. So this is nylon, this is polyester. And these actually quickly became like our third best selling style out of everything, even our sweatshirts. So, which is pretty crazy because just to give you an idea, right now, during COVID and everything, we're shipping about 200,000 sweatshirts or jackets or everything combined a day. So it's pretty huge business. And for something to jump up into the top 10 means the numbers are very good on that item. So these jackets, these lightweight windbreakers, you guys are going to be somewhere around 10.50 on them. Most people are $16-17. You guys direct again are around the $10.50 $11, depending if it's a solid or a printed. But we've expanded this, our first the full zip windbreakers into a half zip, sort of an anorak style. And then, and we've added camos. This is a white camo. We have it in black camo, army camo. And then we also have done it in a women's crop. So these may not, those may not fit Wisconsin right now, but it'd be a little chilly. But we also have puffy jackets. And these puffy jackets, you guys are in around the 22-ish on these guys. And they are machine washable. They are packable. So you have this chest pocket right here. You turn it inside out, pack the garment. You can print on that. Again, we do it in a men's and a women's, and we do it in vests as well.
Hey, Robert, we had a couple quick questions for you.
Yeah, sure.
Heather is wondering, why did Independent get out of doing T-shirts?
Okay, that's a that was a question that I was asking for a little while because I invested heavily. We buy, all of us sales reps are independent sales reps, not just that we work here, but you know that we are independent contractors. Well, I invested heavily into our tees and had a lot of them printed. I gave them out at trade shows all on my own, and people loved them, and we are really selling them very well. But the owners just decided that it's just too much of a commodity market. There's too many people in it. And it was just too hard to compete and to hold enough stock, you know, for the type of numbers that you'd really have to hold. And they just decided that it just wasn't that, you know, filling the warehouses with fleece and jackets made more sense than filling them with T-shirts. So that was, yeah, it was a little rough for me because I had so many people that loved them and started adding them to their lines, and then it just kind of shut off. So on that note, we do have a number of them still in stock that are on a closeout price or a discounted price. So if anybody's interested in that, you guys can email me and I can look to see what there is. But just know that once those are gone, they're gone.
Robert, the other question we had was from Dean. He's wondering if you have a catalog or if everything is online.
You know, we do have catalogs, and I can send, you know, I can send some out. I could send like a couple boxes to the corporate office, and or however you guys want to do it. The only thing I would say though is on our on the catalog side, independent isn't very structured. You know, I'm here in a T-shirt and I'm riding one wheel and we all surf, and if we see something that we like or the owners do, we just add it. So since the last catalog, there's been several items added. So it's always good to, you know, a catalog's great to have there on your desk and to flip through and all, but super important to always check the website. And when you check our website, make sure you're looking at new arrivals as well as the coming soon tabs. Those will keep you up to date. But we do have catalogs, and we have generic and branded. And if anybody wants them, I'm happy to send those.
Awesome.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Does that camo California wash hoodie come in my size?
I'm sure that it does. Send me an email with your request. and everybody, you can hit me up for sample requests. I'm happy to send them out. Don't get too happy on them because I do pay for everything going out. But I'm really happy to do it, and I think one of the best things for everyone is to wear our garments, to wash and wear them, because truly, like when I had my printing place, we printed on tons of different brands of fleece. And by far, when independent came in, because we did mainly contract stuff, when I would get independent, it was always a huge relief because it prints much more consistent, much cleaner. And I've had independent sweatshirts in my closet for 15 years, and they just wash and wear the best. I mean, as far as everything I've found, and I've used pretty much everything out there. Um, and so I am happy to, to help everybody with samples and do that for you guys. So definitely take advantage of that.
Awesome. Well, if anybody has any additional questions, feel free to chime in, or you can put it in the chat box and I can help facilitate that.
And I'll go over a couple other things. Like this is brand new for us. Duffel bags. I just got sales samples in. These are coming by the end of the year, I think it is. And again, on your price level, you're somewhere around the $10 range. And these are super nice. And they are, you don't really want to print these and run them through a dryer because the straps will actually kind of shrink uneven to the body of this. So air dry inks work great. Catalyzed inks work really good. Heat transfers and embroidery works great on these. Let me, one thing I'll cover too really fast. How am I doing on time? Am I good on time?
You're okay.
Okay. Is our custom cut and sew, just so everybody knows kind of the parameters and what we can do. On the custom side, we can basically do just about anything that you want. We're going to be very competitive in jackets, sweatshirts, that type of thing. Not quite as competitive in t-shirts because again, our custom is done all in China. And to be really competitive on tees, you normally have to be working out of, Bangladesh or Pakistan or other place like that. We don't do any of our custom cut and sew out of Pakistan, but polos, golf shirts, camp shirts, flannels, beanies. I mean, pretty much just about everything you can think of, we can make. And the parameters are the minimums for most things are going to be somewhere around 600 units of a style. And in that, it takes about 2 weeks to get first proto samples. So we normally work off tech packs. If you don't have a tech pack, but you have a sample that you want to reference, or you have an idea of what it is, we can dig into all the custom that we do currently and see if we've built something similar. So you're at about 2 weeks for a proto sample. And then once development is totally approved, it's about 120 days to land the bulk order. So, and we err on the side of caution and try to, not overpromise. So a lot of times it can be 90 days. It just depends on what we're making. But we're vertical in our custom. So we knit the fabric, we do all the dyeing, we do all the decorating. We can do from embroidery to screen printing. And one thing I can do for people too is if they are trying to get some business in the custom market, and maybe they have a customer that's an energy drink customer or whatever, you can let me know what the market is. And what I can do is, I can dig around because we have thousands of custom samples here. And I can dig around and put together a nice selection and send it to you for your meetings to help, sell the program. But that's just something to keep in mind. And a lot of people think maybe 600. And some things, the minimums are like 1,000 pieces. It really depends on the fabric and what we're building. But a lot of people will think that, maybe that's too much for their customer. But quite often people are surprised. And once you get everybody on the timeline and how to do it, it gets pretty simple, and it can be a pretty good repeating business too. Because once you do, say, Microsoft or whoever's, their holiday giveaway or whatever, and you do it custom, and you do all the bells and whistles, all of the trims and all the zippers and everything totally custom, it's pretty easy to get them hooked on doing those, because it's much more than just taking a blank and printing it. So, and I'm real good at helping people with how to put those programs together and getting you guys all the samples you might need. And here's just some of gives you an idea of not only some of the brands that we work with, but all the different type decorating we can do. But I hope all this is helpful for everybody. Everybody still out there?
Yep.
I lose people. It's kind of like I'll take my son and we were doing tons of presentations, and half the time he's over in the background yawning. And I'll be like, Cody, you cannot be yawning during my presentation. And so sometimes I lose people. I'll see callers drop off or whatever, but hopefully I'm helping everybody. And if anybody has any, other questions, definitely let me know or let me know afterwards. But I think that kind of covers what we really see in the market out there. And again, if someone wants to reach out, and ask me, hey, what do you see in schools that's popular, or whatever, just let me know. I'll definitely happily help. And I think everybody should have my contact, my assistant Brandy, and then also my son Cody. He's really good too. He grew up as a little grommet in my company, and and he's been in the apparel industry his whole life, and my wife was in it forever too. So awesome. We've got a lot of knowledge.
Family business.
Family business. Yep.
Looks like we've got your information, Brandy, and Cody all in the system. So if anybody needs it, it's all in Enterprise.
Okay, that's awesome.
And their price list looks like we do have the price list in MVP Central as well. So if anybody needs that, it's easy to get to.
Yeah, thanks, definitely. I just really encourage everybody, because it never fails. I'll go to a place and they're like, oh yeah, we just ordered a ton of your stuff and yada yada, and then oh, did you order that directly? Oh no, we didn't. We got it through here or through there. And then when they go to see what they would have paid direct, it's dollars a unit less.
Wow.
So just definitely be aware of that. We're not, we really ask that nobody share those prices, of course, because it always comes back to haunt us and everybody's freaking out. But definitely make sure you look at those. And we don't work with everybody directly. So, you are one of the customers that we do what we do. And I've actually been out did I see you when I was out in Wisconsin?
I don't believe so.
Okay. I've been out there a couple times. What's that?
I said, at least not me personally.
Okay. Yeah, I came out there and met with everybody. And then you guys moved part of it to Chicago. Is that correct?
We had a remote office in Chicago that actually closed earlier this year.
Oh, okay.
So we are located in Appleton, Wisconsin. We moved our office last October from Neenah.
Yeah.
Which is a short drive down the road. And now we are in the 222 building. The tallest building in Appleton is downtown Appleton.
Wow. Well, when this fog lifts, I'm definitely going to come back out.
For sure.
Yeah, I actually did tons of custom work for a company out there called Legendary Whitetails.
Yep.
You guys know them?
Plenty of their stuff.
It was kind of funny. It was like, hey, what's going on with where's our next season POs and all of our development? And then they went bankrupt.
Oh boy.
Yeah, which was, luckily they didn't owe us anything, but I was really bummed. I really liked their stuff, and the people there were awesome, and I loved coming out to Wisconsin. But yeah, they disappeared, so that was unfortunate. But
Bummer.
beautiful place out there.
All right, Robert, if there's anything else, go ahead and chime in. Otherwise, we'll let everybody get back to their busy days.
All right. And thank you everybody for your time.
Awesome. Thanks for taking time out of your day, Robert. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, it's my pleasure. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.